sometimes as children of God, what we call delay could be God's perfect timing. Let's take the story of Elizabeth and Zechariah as a perfect example. We can see from the Bible in Luke chapter 1 verse 6 that both Elizabeth and Zechariah were upright in the sight of God. That's what the Bible said. The Bible said that they impeccably carried out the commandments and ordinances of God. But they were childless. There are times delay could be God trying to work out his righteousness in our life. He takes us through a process of purification, trying to purge us of vices and make us more like him. But there are times when this delay could be just God's perfect timing for us. John's assignment was to be the forerunner of Jesus Christ, and he came a little earlier than Christ. That was just God's design. And Zechariah and Elizabeth were those that God found worthy to carry out this assignment of being the perfect parents for John the Baptist. So they were prepared for this assignment. God had already known that this was going to be their assignment. But listen, at the appointed time, menopause, natural factors could not stop Elizabeth from conceiving because God is never bound by time. It doesn't matter if as a young woman you are not married and people are advising you to compromise your faith. In the world today, there's a whole lot of, advices from people, not minding if this advice is, in line with the will of God for us. It doesn't matter if as a young person, you're looking for a way to get pregnant, you're looking for a way to get a child that will take care of you in your old age, not minding if this is really God's will for you. Some other persons will ask you to go and freeze your eggs and, a whole lot of worldly advices that causes us to compromise our faith. But in the end, we'll ask, is this really God's will? Is this really the way of God? God is never bound by times and seasons. You understand? We are admonished today to be patient with God, to trust in him, even though it might not look like it, even though it might look like, we are sometimes the people of the world will ask us, what have we gained from serving God? Just like, look at the case of Zechariah. He continued his priestly duties in the temple. He continued going there to offer incense to God. And at the appointed time, God visited him. At the appointed time, God will visit you. Don't mind what people are saying. Where is your God? What have you gained from serving God? What if Zechariah had given up before the appointed time? What if it was that day that the angel was supposed to visit Zechariah, that he said, I am tired, I have not gotten anything from God, and at the end of the day, he gave up his faith. So we are encouraged to be steadfast in our faith in God. We are encouraged to trust him. Look, listen, there is nothing that God cannot do. If at that kind of old age, God visited Elizabeth and Zechariah, and they were the parents of John the Baptist, tell me, what is it you think that God cannot do for you? God is all powerful and he is not bound by times and seasons. Thank you till I come your way next time. My name is Angela. Bye.